Stevie Nicks on the Lighthouse, her rallying cry for women's rights. On a trip to New York City earlier this month to appear on Saturday Night Live. For the first time since 1983, Stevie Nicks said she was scared to death. She said her first reaction when she got the call to appear on SNL was, "Absolutely not. Because I was terrified to do it, 'cause it goes out live." But she did appear on SNL, and her performance of The Lighthouse brought down the house. She says the inspiration for her latest song, a rallying cry for women's rights, struck a few months after Roe v. Wade was overturned, and it took her less than a day to write the song and record it. Smith asked, "It takes some courage to step into the waters of the abortion debate. Why take the risk?" "Because everybody kept saying, well, somebody has to do something. Somebody has to say something," replied Nicks. "And I'm like, well, I have a platform. I tell a good story. So maybe I should try to do something. I was also there. Been there, done that. I in the late 70s, Nicks was on top of the world with the legendary band Fleetwood Mac. She'd broken up with her longtime partner and Fleetwood Mac bandmate Lindsey Buckingham, and she was romantically involved with Don Henley of the Eagles when she found out she was pregnant, and decided that, as a touring musician, being a mother was not in the cards. In 1979, she terminated the pregnancy. In my younger life, I'd already decided I didn't want to have somebody have their feelings hurt all the time, and when are you coming back? Well, I don't know. I'll be back when I get back, you know? Nicks said. And not even having any idea how big that Fleetwood Mac was going to get in the future, you know? And this is, super personal and weird, so you can edit this out if necessary. I appreciate your sharing this story though," said Smith. "Well, and it's a good story too. I tell a good story," Nicks said. "I got pregnant. And it was why? I have an IUD. I am totally protected. I have a great gynecologist. How come this has happened? What the heck? So you took all the precautions, yes?" And I'm like, this can't be happening. Fleetwood Mac is 3 years in. And it's big. And we're going into our 3rd album. It was oh no. Nicks said it would have destroyed Fleetwood Mac if she had had the baby. Absolutely, because many reasons. I would have tried my best to get through, being in the studio every single day expecting a child. But mostly, having a child with Don Henley would not have gone over big in Fleetwood Mac. With Lindsey and me, we had been broken up for 2 or 3 years. It would have been a nightmare scenario for me to live through. Fleetwood Mac was a collection of stars, but Stevie Nicks was front and center. She was the one who wrote the band's only #1 single in the US. Dreams, a song that is still a hit today on streaming. But if Dreams is about heartache and vulnerability, Nicks' new song is just the opposite. It's about fighting for the same reproductive rights that she had. Smith asked, "There are people who criticize your choice, condemn your choice. Anything you want to say to them? I'd like to know, so are you just the few guys who are making the decisions for us?" Nicks replied, "She said the choice, ultimately, was mine. And you know what? If people want to be mad at me, be mad at me. I don't care. Had I made the other choice, had I gone the other way, I'd have been a great mom. I went this way, and I've done great." Nicks would go on to new heights as a solo artist, becoming the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, twice. Of course, Nicks has had her share of heartache as well. The woman she called her musical soulmate, Christine McVie, died in 2022, and Nicks was shattered. "I wanted to go and step in, sit on her bed, and hold her hand, and sing Touched by an Angel to her until I was sure she heard it," she said. "And I didn't get to. And I didn't get